all seen about the smart contract in blockchain, how it is being used. I want to take an design thinking approach, how the smart contract can be used in the real-time real estate business. I want to take an problem statement and I have to analyze based on the design thinking approach. Could you please explain the approach?
Yes, ma'am. Let me explain this case study on design thinking approach. There are 5 stages in our design thinking. First is empathy, define, ideate, prototype and testing. Let me explain the empathize. There are different stages in stakeholders: business, developers, government, supply chain, partners, financial institution and end users. Problem they faced in lack of trust in intermediates, high transaction cost like banks, lawyers, delays in contract execution, delays in risk in fund. These are the problems they faced. We have to rectify the problems like trustworthy, automation, transportation, execution of agreements, reduction in cost and time, and recording keepings.
Based on the empathize, she has defined the problems. Can you give the exact problem statement of this scenario?
Based on the exact problem statement, the definition of the problems, the user needs a way to make and follow the agreement without depending on a middle person like a bank or lawyers, which ensuring the trust, security and transparency in the decentralized systems. In the people's the people's want to deal directly with the one another without paying the fees, and the confident the agreement with the secure cannot be changed secretly, and everyone's involved with following the rules. This is especially important in systems that don't rely on the certain authorities. And the phases of design challenge: how might we build a tampering proof and self-executing smart contracts on Ethereum that fairness, transparency and the automations.
So based on the discussion what they have made, could you give an idea how we can implement this smart contract by reducing the time and lack of intermediates in the execution?
Okay, and the third stage in design thinking is ideate. And according to my knowledge, I have two possible solutions, that is financial transaction and real estate. In financial transaction, we can talk about three things, that is escrow system, automated system and decentralized finance, that is DEFI. And in real estate, we can talk about property transfer without a middleman.
So based on the three discussion, what we have come into an statement that there is the cost involved and the middleman issue is very high in case of normal traditional contracts. So coming to our smart contracts, so say for example, the landlord is having the land and the person want to get go for a rental of that. So the smart contracts will be established between the two. So the security deposit will be made. So based on the security, after that smart contract expires, the security deposit should be returned to that rental. So how this can be implemented in using the prototype?
For this project, I have solution. So how the prototype will be? So the prototype consists of blockchain technology, a MetaMask wallet, and using the Solidity programming language. So in those program, what it consists will be the sender and the receiver address. Solidity program has the following components. It includes the public sender address, receiver address and fund transaction details, including the start date of the transaction and the expiry date of the transaction. Once the fund gets the proper expiry time, the fund will be automatically moved to the security deposit from the rental to the landlord to the rental account. So basically what this Solidity program does is, the buyer deposits money into the payment scheme or fund or the contract of the Solidity program. Seller receives funds automatically when the buyer approves, and at last no bank or lawyer is required. So this is the basic advantage of this smart contract.
So based on the prototype, how we will be testing the prototype? What are the conditions you need to satisfy while testing?
The final stage of the DT is the testing, validate with users, feedback gathering. Are users confident in the contract securities? Does it reduce cost and time compared to traditional contracts?
The discussion of design thinking stages, we have defined a prototype. Based on the prototype, we have to, in testing phase, as he told, we have to get the feedback from the user. Based on the feedback, we have arrived some solutions, right? So, in smart contracts, if we are using, there will be no intermediates, and the transaction speed will be high and the cost involved in this will be very less. These are the benefits which we will be arriving when we are using the smart contracts for the transactions. Thank you.